again, friends, and you are my friends, and welcome back to the car for our post-game reaction. Hopefully you can hear me, hopefully you can see me. If you can do both, let me know in the comments. But as we break down what was a Town win at home, 1-0, where do we start with that? 9 changes. I wasn't a fan of that, I'll be brutally honest. But hey, if that's the reset point, if that's the point that gets you to a settled 11 that you can move on from, excellent. Because that is our strongest 11, give or take 1 or 2 players. But we'll go through that. Let's start. Oh, hello. I've got myself coming through the phone. Look at that. Right. So Kipre came in. I thought he was excellent. I thought Dara O'Shea was excellent next to Kipre. I thought Jack Taylor, all aboard the Jack Taylor bandwagon, because I'm driving it. I've always been driving it. He was fantastic this afternoon, I thought. Really excellent. Absolutely excellent, I thought. His movement, his control, his ability to get up and down the pitch, just a really, really excellent performance. And the type of performance you obviously crave from players that are coming into the 11 that haven't played already this season, because he's really laid down a marker now to Jens Kajus, to Marcelino Nunez. He's here to try and win this shirt, and he absolutely should probably start for me next week. He was excellent today. So all aboard the Jack Taylor bandwagon. Shah Shat's fantastic, is pushing it, but he did play well. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was fantastic compared to how we've been in midfield in previous weeks next to Masasiwa. I thought it was fantastic. But I'm a big Jack Taylor fan. Guilty as charged. Let's have some comments coming in. We've got Mike that says, interesting, McKenna just said it was a decent performance in a difficult atmosphere. Was it a difficult atmosphere? I'm not quite sure difficult atmosphere. I was absolutely freezing, I tell you that much. I normally put layers on, and today I decided not to put layers on, and I should have put layers on. Shabby says, we haven't turned it around, although some of us fans' reactions have been poor. McKenna has to keep the same back four, says Eric. No point in changing it. Absolutely agree. You know, sometimes you buy a player and you think they're going to form a great partnership, and sometimes they don't. And I'm not saying that you won't ever get there with Dara O'Shea and Jacob Greaves, but Dara O'Shea and Kipre are a fantastic partnership. They bring the best out of each other. They hide each other's flaws and they bring the best out of each other. That's a partnership you want at the centre of your defence. Absolutely, hands down. Next to each other, they bring the best out of each other. That was Dara O'Shea's best performance in a long time there today. He won everything. He was strong. Look, those two are your 2 centre halves. Into midfield, Jack Taylor, as I say, I thought was fantastic today. He's laid down a marker. We lost 2 players in the 10 role due to injury. Sammy Smolix and Akpom. Marcelino Nunez came into that 10 role and I thought was really good. I thought he had some really good passes, some really good movement. So that's an interesting one to possibly watch over the coming weeks. Is that a position you see Nunez filling more long-term due to injury, or will one of those 2 be back? It's a shame to lose one, but let alone both due to injury today. I thought it was a real big blow. Paul said, I didn't mean Egley was... I think that's about... You know what? Egley, I thought as that game grew, got better and better and better. And we absolutely have to remember that he is a young player, still finding his feet at this football club. And I thought as the game grew, he got better and better. Big Al says Nunez has to start at the 10. Andrew says West Brom were awful. Fincher says best thing I've seen from Jack Taylor. Dave said we need Nunez in that 10 position now. Absolutely agree. I thought he was really good. I thought one of the better performances we've seen in the 10 role. His flicks around the corner, his passes. And then, of course, the 3 substitutions. McKenna Masterclass has resumed. And ladies and gentlemen, 3 subs, Azon, Clark and Nunez, all involved in the goal. It's a Town-type mistake from West Brom. Let's be honest, it's the type of mistakes we normally see from ourselves. But we'll take them any way we can, right? We'll take them any way we can. Because I thought, other than that, it was 2 teams that were going to cancel each other out. You always felt that it was a game of either quality or mistake that was going to see us through over the line, because it was 2 teams cancelling each other out. Prog says, all Town today, go for Schmodix, definitely putting a few away this season. Dan says a good 3 points needed. Dave says Akpom, just a knock, apparently. There you go. Okay, that's good. You don't want to lose either. Although Nunez did give you a little bit of a food for thought in that 10 role, let's be honest. George Hurst up front, I wasn't overly impressed with. I thought Azon in his 10 minutes probably did a little bit more than George did in his 75 or 15 or 80 or whatever it was. He's a player struggling for form for me, George Hurst, and we're trying to work his way back into form. But Azon is really, each time he comes on, making a case to be the starting centre forward. Maybe should have scored, but obviously the rebound was then tucked away, so you're not particularly bothered. Set pieces again, they weren't great. Look, we're live tomorrow, 1:30. We'll break it all down in full detail. Live link, live chat. Don't forget, we've got our SpeakPipe, www.speakpipe.com/talkingtown. Leave your thoughts, your opinions, your rants, your praises, your questions. Leave it all on there, and we'll play them live on the show tomorrow. Triple O says, I love Clark's performance so much. I think him not starting to be our lifeline this season. His energy when he comes on always changes the game. And Mike says, Hurst's first touch was terrible. It's not the George Hurst we've all been watching for the last couple of years. He'll get back to that George Hurst, but right now, for me, he's just struggling a little bit. Shout out to Christian Walton, 100 appearances and a clean sheet. A rare Kieran McKenna clean sheet today. Full credit to Christian Walton. He did absolutely nothing because he didn't have anything to do. But anytime you make 100 appearances at any football club, particularly this one, absolutely congratulations and full credit. And he's still missing too many chances, but shape looks much better. Great game from Tanner. And I think you've nailed it there, Andy, as we sort of round up this live reaction from the car. We've got a fan reaction coming. We're going to edit that very shortly. But I think you've nailed it there, Andy. I thought today the balance for us. The balance was so much better in terms of the whole 11. As I say, I'm not a fan of 9 changes. I didn't like 9 changes before the game. If you're on our Discord, you'll know I was not a happy bunny before kickoff. But if that's what gets you back, if that's your reset point to getting back to 1 or 2 changes each week, because you found a balanced, strong 11 that all complement each other. And that's the key today. Matasiwa and Taylor, they really complemented each other in midfield. Kipre and O'Shea, they really complemented each other in the centre-half position. I thought Furlong and Egley, they complement each other really well. Furlong isn't the type of fullback that needs somebody to screen him all the time. Doesn't need that screen, doesn't need that protection. That allows Egley to perhaps, when we eventually do get him going, just play his game. Leif Davis and Jaden Philogene, there has been a tactical tweak there. Jaden is certainly hugging the touchline a lot more than he used to, and Leif is going inside and at times acting as a 10, an additional centre forward, a central midfield player. I love that tactical tweak. I love that we're getting Jaden at the byline, the ball to his feet, and allowing him to go at a fullback. Again, first half, you always felt if Town were going to score, who was going to score it? It would be Jaden Philogene, and that's why he has to start every single game for me, because he's a threat, a real threat, anytime he gets the ball at his feet around the 18-yard box. But back to what I was saying, Jaden and Leif, they complement each other really well. That's what it's about. Partnerships, complementary football. And that's what we did today. The balance was good. All the partnerships worked well together. And that's now, for me, got to be your starting point. You've got to reset, start again if you were. And that's your 11. And you can tweak it 1 or 2, maybe maximum 3 players every single week. Get away from this 5+ changes. Find your 11, which I believe he did today. Because West Brom, I know pushover. They're a decent side, West Brom, a really good side, and that game almost cancelled each other out. But we got over the line. ITFC, play Young next. Max Davis shouldn't be starting every match. Why not? Why not? If he can do it, you never drop Leif Davis. Occasionally today, his final ball wasn't Leif Davis-esque, but he's still such a threat down that side. And now we're trying to get him more central and allow Jaden that bit more space. I'm all over it. Let's go back to the chat. What have we got? We've got Shabby says, whole team should realise they will get fan criticism. It's because we love them. I think every football player realises they're going to get the good and the bad from fans. You know, when the times are good, you'll be a hero that's sung from the terraces, and when things aren't going great, the questions come in. Etc. I think most, if not all, players take that as part and parcel of the game, don't they? Arthur Wilding matters at a crucial stage. Now could be the lift-off. Now it gets difficult again. Hopefully, I've delayed my annual visit to the bookies for another week. Don't forget, we are partnered with Match Bingo. Combine the excitement of live sport with Match Bingo. Link in our description. I would say scan the QR code on the screen, but I forgot to do it before we went live. Silly me, never mind. But play match bingo, win cash prizes, over 18s only, T&Cs. Please, whatever you do, gamble responsibly. But I am now off to edit the fan reaction. We have got 4 or 5, maybe even 6 fans as they left Portman Road. The glorious, the gorgeous Portman Road, following Town winning 1-0, 3 points. It's always good when your football team wins, right? That feeling you get, doesn't matter how bad it's been, doesn't matter the type of week you've had, what you felt walking into the stadium. When your football team wins, it's always a good time. Always. Finch says, Coyotes has been too pedestrian in recent games. Need to show a lot more through the whole game for me. I don't agree, but I do agree. And I'll elaborate on that a little bit as we close. And don't forget, we are live tomorrow 1:30. And you can leave your opinions on our voice message service. It's free. You don't believe your name or any details. speakpipe.com/talkingtown. I wouldn't say he's been pedestrian, but I would say I want to see longer spells from the Coyotes when he plays. When he started games often this year, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster. He's had 10, 15 minutes where he's really good, 10, 15 minutes where he's quiet. And I don't think it's a position, the middle of the park, where you can have 10 or 15 minutes where you're really quiet. You've got to be at it the whole game. It's called the engine room for a reason. So that's where I would agree with you a little bit. But I wouldn't say he's pedestrian. That's where I disagree. But I would agree we want to see more from him over more sustained periods of game time. ITFC Hurst was awful today. Adams should be starting and put Nunez in the 10 spot. Again, I agree and disagree. I wouldn't say he was awful. I just wouldn't say particularly good, but that's probably me being kind to a player that we know can be a good player for this football club. But Azon, absolutely for me, probably should be a starting centre forward. Yes, I would agree. Big Al says next match, just 2 changes, Azon and Nunez. And that's the position you want to get back to. And I can't stress this enough. That's the position we need to get back to. Not 9 changes, not 8 changes, not 7 changes, not 5+ changes. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. Because West Brom today, 2 changes? 2 or 3 changes. Charlton midweek, 3 changes. You can't be changing your team that often. So hopefully that's the point. That's the balance. That's the complementary stuff. But we're live again tomorrow. So join us then. Thank you for joining me for our In the Car reaction. It's warmer in here. Happy days than it is out there. Town of 1. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon, whatever you're doing. But join us tomorrow at 1:30, earlier time of 1:30. Hugo says Norwich are losing already. Hey, Norwich are losing. If they lose today, it could be the end of Manning's reign at Carrow Road, because I believe the American owners for Norwich are in town this week. So if anything could happen, you feel it probably could be this week. So I'm kind of hoping they win today, just because it then delays it a little bit, maybe for several weeks, maybe months, because it hasn't been great for them, has it? Let's be honest. Sneaker says everyone happy now, onwards and outwards. Hey, it's by no way fixed, but it's a start, and we're going to use it as that start. And Skyliner says, as I'm not scoring, but contributes more in 15 minutes than George Hurst. Like and subscribe. But until tomorrow, 1:30, take care. God bless. All the best. Town of 1. It's a happy day. Take care.
You've reached the end. Thank you so much for watching. Hit here to subscribe. It's totally free. And hit here for more Talking Town videos. I'll see you on the next one.